welcome back to Somewhere to Start. In front of me is one of my favorite scales. I call it a D Waples. Other people will refer to it as D minor. Although the nice thing about the scale, which leads me not to call it a D minor, is it's a nice hybrid between D minor and A minor. And when I make this scale, I like to add that high note to help add to the ambiguity of that. If you look at it starting from the bottom, you have D3, A, C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, and D. Now, starting from this A, you have A, C, D, E, F, G, A, which might lend you to think that the scale sits mostly in A minor. You just don't have a B or a B flat at the bottom to give it that context, to sway it one way or the other, whether it be natural minor or harmonic minor. Starting from this D right here, so D, E, F, G, A, B flat, D. Again, you don't have a C or C sharp at the top to give it context as to whether it's going to be natural minor or harmonic minor. And I love that ambiguity between the two scales, because that gives you a little bit more flexibility when you're writing, depending on where you hover with a lot of your playing, or even as you're going through in a particular tune or something like that. Gives you the freedom to change keys, in a sense, if you sit in one place more than another. One of my other favorite things about this particular scale is all along this section of the pan, you have an outline in different inversions of a D minor chord. D, A, D, right there. You got your octave, your fifth. Then, ignoring that D for a second, A, D, F. That would be second inversion of a D minor chord. D, F, A. Root for a D minor chord. F, A, D. First inversion of a D minor chord. Which to me is just nice that it all sits right there. Take a moment to look through. You have a couple other chords in here. You got a nice A minor chord, A, C, E. C major, C, E, G. And then a G diminished, E diminished, E, G, B flat, and then G, B flat, D would be a G minor. Which, couple cool chords you have at your disposal on this one. You got a lot of intervals that react nicely together. Got perfect fifth at C to that G, A to that E, A to the D is perfect fourth. They're all over the place. So you can really have fun with intervals that sit right. Nice having the octaves for D3 to D4, and then D4 to D5. And I like doing that in such a way that so you can grab all three. One of the things I like about the scale as well is you have a little bit of a spacing between some of the notes so that you still get a lot of those nice consonant notes, but it's also still close together, resembling more of a traditional scale, that you still have to think a little bit about some of the notes you're playing. You have some half steps in there. What you'd probably want to avoid if you're playing those double stops or as a chord to avoid that dissonance. But they're also nice to use in passing. So you have some sections of this pan that help elicit movement and that feel of flowing. And then you have other parts of this pan and other aspects that just make you want to sit with some chords. that's not even getting into utilizing some of the percussive features that you can do with this scale, which just increases the possibilities you have at your disposal when you're playing around with this pan. I like to do a lot of tapping on the crowns or on the tone field of the ding to get those extra percussive textures. So you can really have fun with adding all these different textures in between some of your melodies and things of that nature.